For 4 years, the Hudson Valley Writers Guild and the Upstate Artists Guild have worked together on the Poetic License Project, bringing poets and visual artists together from the Capital Region and beyond. With the beautiful, inspired artwork as a backdrop, the words filled the air at two readings supporting the shows in both Troy and Albany. On November 7th, writers Carlton Wells and Rhonda Rosenheck shared their work in front of a full audience in the community room at the Honest Weight Food Co-op in Albany. First up to the mic is Carlton Wells, who read a sonnet with a lot of wordplay and then his poem, Wino in the Garden. Local writer, editor, and educator Rhonda Rosenheck was next with two poems, All the Wonders, a poem that was picked by an artist to be included in the show, and Earth's Watch.
So our first reader up is actually a person that I'm not familiar with, I always like that at a reading, meeting new people or names of people I didn't know before. Carlton Wells. That's you? All right, Carlton, come on up.
Good evening, everyone. My first poem is called Whole Wheat Sonnets, Batter My Heart, Betty Botter. Batter my heart, Betty Botter, for you as yet but bash, breathe, beam, beat bush to befriend, that I may boost and brook. Bolish me and bend your brunt to break, blow, burn, and refurbish do. I, like a bezeled Burroughs barbecue, battle to bear you, but oh, to no backbend. Belief, your nabob in me shouldn't bandstand, but as bound, proves feeble or beguiling blue. Yet abundantly I bleed for you, would so with bliss, but am betrothed unto your bitter banshee. Besmirch me, unbind or break that braid bis, bring me to you, butter me up, for I, except you bewitch me, never shall find liberty, nor ever be unblemed, but you befoul me. And this poem is called Instruct Wino in Garden. Fragrance of juniper berries, citrus, and coriander mimics the atmosphere inside a nearly empty bottle, secreted in the left pocket of a tattered overcoat worn by my new acquaintance. It is difficult to divert his attention from the garden. Small, tight bunches of lush grapes dangle above the smooth walkway where some of the fallen fruits have been trampled by passers-by, leaving lively rivulets of mellow magenta juice flowing from the paved walkway onto an expansive, velvety lawn. As I begin my memorized speech about the evils of alcohol, he shifts his body and wipes his nose. On either side of the path, mature oak trees with trunks as large as barrels, some strangled with old vines, nearly obscure, delicate cherry, plum, and pear trees, lining the banks of a small, sparkling stream of varying depth, in which brilliant shallows and swirls gather together, dropped magnolia, peony, and hibiscus petals, forming makeshift bouquets that linger for a moment and then dissipate. Surrounded by the floral magnificent, my companion is perfectly balanced on his legs. I note how bees and butterflies attack geraniums, lavender, and lilacs. As my words leave my lips, they sound coarse, hollow, lean, and watery. I pause long enough to drink in the complex aromas of the garden, to admire its clean edges and its brilliant colors and hues, and find myself unable to finish my lesson, suddenly grasping why he has made this rich garden his home.
So is Patience here, the artist? So she painted or did a sort of a multimedia piece of artwork right outside this door, and I was really thrilled with that. My beloved, this is about him and the cup of coffee that he makes for me in the mornings. And he was going to come, but he actually really hates coming out late at night, and he doesn't love poetry. So his excuse for not coming was fear, Dan, that you were going to have a little coffee set up in the back and he was going to have to make coffee for everybody. And he didn't want to do that. It could be a thing. It could be a thing. So it's called All the Wonders, and I'll tell you that it was from a prompt from Rachel Baum, who runs an open mic up at the Saratoga Senior Center on which Friday of the month? Third Friday. I knew you'd know that. Third Friday of the month. And with the election leading to this current administration, she gave us a prompt which said, "What now?" So this comes from that. It's called All the Wonders. One cup of his hand-ground coffee is the entire ocean. That I find it at my bedside is all the wonders brought to me. Learn this, I whisper between sips while warming my hands. One tiny kindness upsets the vast, cruel order. Each tender touch undams a deluge of blessings. Yeah. I did make him hear it in bed before we left. I said, okay, then you have to lie there and listen to my poem again. This just got published in Catskills Chaos from 518 Publishing, and it's called Earth's Watch. You'll take it in current context is a little bit related, but the idea behind it was that I spent many years in Jewish education, and I was looking for Holocaust literature for an age they hadn't yet written anything for, but they had written something younger for very young children, shockingly. But what they did was they used the metaphor of a forest fire. So that was in my brain when I wrote this. Earth's Watch. Pine cones lie scattered at my feet on a forest floor mattressed with last year's needles. I ease my urgency, rest on this mossy stone, ancient by my watch, a baby by Earth's. The cones' spent seed pods overlap like cedar shingles on a hand-built cabin, stretch out like a once elegant crone's French-tipped fingers, easing a cramped grip to release the germ of an idea, maybe, or the next generation to its fate. Which pine species is it who knows that the world will burn again? Who smells the accelerant greed, arrogance, and thirst that lightning will spark into an apocalyptic whoosh of dead-stopped time? This open-eyed mother sacrifices pleasure in the boisterous play of carefree saplings. Her cones lie among the others at my feet, green fists sealed tight. The scorching furnace of a fire alone can break her hold, pry back each finger. Mother gone, siblings, cousins gone. Orphaned seeds will fall free, root into ashy familial humus, to grow a new forest in no time by Earth's watch, forever by mine.
The call for poetry submissions for the 2026 edition of Poetic License will be announced in early spring, with the exhibits taking place in the fall. For more information on the Poetic License project and to view the art and read the poems, go to poeticlicensealbany.com.